guys? In today's video we're going to be making a start on all the little things that we have to do around the engine. I'm not going to dwell too much on exactly what we're going to be doing, I'm just going to let the video play and let it speak for itself. I hope you enjoy, we'll see you soon. We need this rear main seal to be installed before we can put the sump on, so we are using gasket maker to seal the outer edge. Next up, we're installing the standard baffle plates. They've been sitting in chemical acid, which is why they're looking clean, man. What we've got here, guys.
Is you should go buy this product because, you know, I'm representing them. No, not really.
What we need to do, this is like gasket sealant kind of stuff. I can't read what this says because it's got shit all over it, but basically it's a sealant and we're going to be using it on the water pump gasket and the oil pump gasket. So we're just going to go around the edge. That's going to be making contact with the block once it goes in. Replacing core plugs is a must. We are applying some gasket paste. This stuff is incredibly sticky but will create a seal around the core plug. Over time, corrosion eats away at them, so replacing them with new stainless plugs is not only cheap but will prevent a huge pain in the ass if one were to let go later on. Choose a socket that fits snug in the plug, keep the extension bar square and tap away until the plug is flush with the block. We are using the same gasket paste as before with our water pump gasket. Make sure the metal surfaces are clean and then you can hook your new water pump on. Our RB26 cylinder head has been faced, pressure tested and crack tested. It's had valve seats redone along with the valves themselves, brand new bronze guides and stem seals. The tappets have been set and the clearances between the bucket and the camshaft lobes have been measured at the machine shop. Just some handy info for you guys. For the factory RB26 valve clearances, the exhaust actually runs a tighter clearance than the inlet. Bear with me here. It usually is the other way around, as the exhaust valves run hotter than the inlets do, thus a hotter metal will expand more. But for some reason, Nissan changed the materials in the factory exhaust valves and they don't expand as much as the inlets do. I read this on a manual from Nissan. Blew my noodle, go figure. Okay, now we are going to put the cam gears onto each camshaft in order to make sure that these are in the correct position, so that when we put the cylinder head on top of the block, we don't have to make a humongous adjustment and risk sending or turning a valve into the top of the piston. So what we're going to do is we're going to put these gears on, and then we're going to set it up not accurately, just until we know that we're in a ballpark. You'll find the factory timing marks are these yellow dashes on the backing plate. They need to match the same circle indent on each camshaft gear. Make sure both inlet and exhaust valves are closed at this step. Clean both the deck face and the head face. Don't forget your locating dowels. Make sure your new gasket is clean and the rivets clear the mating faces when the head is on. I find it easier to install a stud at each corner of the block when installing the head, but if you're retaining a head bolt, this option can't be done and you'll need to rely on the locating dowels for alignment.
Right. Yep.
Easy does it.
Not sure when I'll watch mine. Yeah.
You, buddy.
Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Yeah, buddy.
Oh, that's sick. Okay, so here we have the ARP information for the head studs. So we've got application 2.6, so we know this is our motor. Head stud kit, it's good. Goes on to just a pile of shit to make sure you're doing it right. It says, where are we? Screw studs into block hand tight only. So they do have an Allen key at the top of the stud. Don't do that, just hand tight them. Obviously you use the Allen key to be able to access the studs. Now it goes on to say about the torque or the preload. So it says, following the manufacturer's recommendation torque sequence, tighten the nuts in 3 equal steps to 105 foot-pounds with ARP Ultra Torque Fastener Assembly Lubricant. And then below it gives us the pattern, the star pattern to torque down the studs correctly. In order to, now we have to, they give you a sequence because they want to make sure it pretty much starts from the center and works out, because they want to make sure that the gasket that you've got there's no like crimps or anything in there. That way it just ensures that the gasket is going to be seated properly between the head and the block. So it's important to read this before you continue with your cylinder head or ARP stud install. They just come with some stickers and other shit. Install the studs with lube on both threads and then get them hand tight. Once done, we can then install the washers and the nuts. It's useful to use a screwdriver as a tool to get the washer over the stud.
I think you need some bigger valves in that head, buddy. Let's put in some decent suckers. Really get it sucking a bit of fresh air in.
Okay, so we're going to set this, and you probably won't be able to see it on the camera, but we're going to set it to the first graduation, which is 35 foot-pounds. So 35, 70, 105. Alright, so first one, doesn't matter what side you start on. So according to this, so we'll do it according to this, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you work your way out. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So the first one, so we're at 35 foot-pounds of torque. And we're going to torque these down. They are lubed, the studs are hand tight, the nuts are hand tight. I've got plenty of the fastening lube on them. So now we're going to torque these down to 35 foot-pounds, then we're going to go to 70, then 105.
Found myself waking in the same clothes, shaking from my temple to my ankles. Sunny, but I need another raincoat. Waiting by a payphone, finally I coughed up some awful information that I thought of. Well, they think I've been messing with the wrong stuff. Nah, I've been messing with the right shit. Yeah, I fucking like it. Waiting for the call to come. Who could say it was easy? Sad about the bad I've done on my grave. Please believe me. Static on the
Fucking fuck yeah.
Go the boys!
Alright guys, there we have it. That's the end of the video. We're slowly starting to make our way through the mounds of parts that we have left to put back onto the motor. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe and leave a like on the video. It helps me immensely. And yeah, we're not too far away from starting the car. Hopefully we're on the home stretch. So we're getting there. Slow and steady, boys. Slow and steady. Bye. Just kidding. We don't do it like that, man. Come on, man. You know that. As always, we see you on the next one.